You had somebody over your house?
Yeah, like I went to a comedy club and I met this comic, a bisexual. She did make that very clear.
Who's
And
bisexual? If you
yeah,
invite a bisexual, I just wrote this joke. If you invite a bisexual over to your house, what do you serve?
are you asking me?
Yeah.
I would say I serve everything on a platter, but just not in a tissue.
I said fish steaks.
Sorry. Okay, that's what I meant.
Steak?
But no,
Fish. No.
yeah, I just say I had a friend over and that's
You didn't
it.
ask
But
me about lesbians, but I'll tell you, my sister's a lesbian. So
oh, it's awesome.
I know, right? No, it's not. Because lesbians that I know, which is my sister, if you have a penis, you
Why?
need to be away from the human race. They want to get
No.
all men.
Oh. No, but lesbians can be helpful for straight people to get women.
Yes. So, okay, you invited a bisexual woman to your house for what purposes?
Oh, the story is very funny, right? I invite the person. I tell that, hey, you want to come back to my place and watch a movie? That's all I said. Okay, I'm just saying that. I only want. She just consciously makes a note to saying, oh, we're not having sex. I didn't imply. I didn't ask. There was no ulterior motive. I just invited the person because the person was nice and out. We vibed. So I felt the need to just share. Like you just openly fucking says we're not having sex. Who does that? That's a
response when she said? What was your response when she said that?
accidentally.
Hey, baby, come over to my place, please. I'm not.
Does that ever happen to you? Does that happen to you? Come on.
Well, first tell me the response, and I'll tell you what happened to me.
Okay, fine. All right, okay. So what I accidentally ended up saying is, yeah, I'm not expecting one either, which is not true.
I'm always expecting it. If I invite anybody to my place right now because I don't have company,
Right.
there's going to be some smashing / something going on because I don't like people in my house. So I usually open with that. I never invite anybody to my house, but if I do, I put it out there.
So which means that you're saying that if I come to your place when I come to New York,
You're a special case. You do not have to take off your clothes.
All right, give me a reason. You didn't know how to answer the question. Give me the answer to the question. Come on. What would you? What would you have some? What did you do if you had somebody in your place?
I think I'm uncomfortable with company in general. So
Right.
if someone did come over, it'd be a very short. I have one cup, Henry's cups.
Right.
I have one plate, Henry's plate. So these are on purpose. I didn't go to Bed Bath and Beyond and say, let's get a couple's plate. Let's get a couple of plates in case company. There's a rule. There's a door. There's a sign on my door that says Henry doesn't like company. So was there any smashing with the girl that came over?
Zero.
Did you guys talk?
Yeah, we did.
What did you talk
about? I ended up sharing all my best stand-up material with her. I made all.
You invited someone over and you performed for that one person.
He's a comedian. What do you expect? He's a comic.
Already, you would be invited. If you come to my house, let me tell you this, N Shady, and you start doing material, you are going to be thrown out. You're like,
come on,
oh, out in Z. That's my.
Come on, come on. You can't tell me that you don't like.
There's a story about that sounds like Kanye West. Kanye West invited a comedian over as he's in the story, and he said, "Hey, do you want to listen to my music?" What? You don't do that. Let's listen to the great Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah. Oh wow, I don't want to get into that.
Stress eating for me usually happens when I feel like I have something to do tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm stressing about something like really important tomorrow. I have
right.
I gotta get cleaned up. I gotta shower, and then I start to stress the day before.
Right.
So that's stress eating. But my stress eating is an extra cracker.
I'm stressed out. I have a dish for the type of stress. Like if I'm extreme stress, I have like 2 types of pizzas, right? If I'm extreme stress, I have a specific pizza for the type of the mood, right? If I'm stressed out, this is the type I'm gonna fucking eat. And if I'm depressed, this is the pizza. I have a food for the type of mood, you know, with the
What's the
specific
bad
topic.
Give me some.
Yeah.
I want to eat that. What's the bad stress?
So a bad stress is where how would you say it? A bad stress is where you have a great mood and then you stress out.
What's on
Where
it?
it over-
What is it? What's the pizza? What's the recipe?
Oh yeah, the pizza. Oh yeah, it's like it's got all the veggies with cheese burrs on it, you know, with all my favorite toppings, you know, it's like an orgasm for your mouth, you know, just like that. So specifically designed to kill the mood you're at. That's that. So
All the
you don't have one? You don't have a what do you say? A meal for your stressed out, for your mood? You don't have one?
I eat the same thing every day.
Okay,
Show me a
okay.
sad pizza.
Okay, I told you the happy pizza. The sad pizza is where I don't have my favorite topping and I have it with mushrooms, and I hate mushrooms.
Why do you hate broccoli? What
Come on,
Yeah.
broccoli looks like broccoli. First of all, broccoli looks like a vomit which has been frozen. You know, that's my definition of broccoli. It is just vomit, green vomit, which is frozen and hard. That's it. That's what it looks like. It's horrible. I had it before. Do you like broccoli? Seriously?
I eat broccoli every day. It's one of my
Every
favorite
day?
groups. Yes. Broccoli, egg, and vegetables. A lot of vegetables. Sometimes I eat meat as well.
I mean,
But you know, you like the white broccoli, cauliflower?
that's racist.
I have to look it up. I say that
It is actually
That's not
it's the white edition, yeah.
yes, they think it's superior race, the broccoli. All right.
No,
on that note,
In Europe, a heat wave is sending temperatures spiking to 90 degrees and above in Portugal, Spain, and southern France.
And in China, officials have issued red alerts, the highest in their heat wave warning system. They've seen temperatures over 100 degrees, and it is turning deadly, with hospitals reporting patients dying of heat stroke.
Italian meteorologists have got a tradition, a habit of giving heat waves names. The previous one, a couple of weeks ago, was called Karen, like the ferryman of the damned. Guess what this one is called? The apocalypse. And that should tell you how hot they expect it to be in the next few days. It's hot already here in Rome. It's heating up. It's going to get to 110 degrees, not only in Rome.
People start dressing less, you know, like you can go to nudity, you know, like.
Everyone's streaking everywhere. So
Yeah.
All right.
It's hotter than a hooker's doorknob on nickel night, man.
I loved in one of the clips that like there was a whole line of people and they were all on their phone though, right? So like I mean
Right.
every single person was on their phone. So I don't think the heat is the problem. Like what if technology just like completely vanished? That would be anarchy though. That would be anarchy. Like, the whole everyone would be crazy everywhere though. Like what would they do? They don't have they're just looking at a blank screen. So
Yeah.
They'd be looking at their feet.
I am mentalist. I do feel I have a problem when two hot people are having sex. That seems to be like you have to mix it up. We need to save the human race. If you're hot, have the sex with people who's not.
yeah.
Set
So
your
what?
standards lower.
So, no, what do you mean? You want to have sex with an ugly person to balance it out?
Just put a
No, put a bag on their head.
And Katie, that would help you though, man. You would
Let's not talk about my sex life, all right? So
It's getting hot in here, so take off
no,
all
no,
your
no,
clothes.
no.
Because his dark past, the cancel cop's dark past made him remove his sweat glands and he never sweats.
Oh my gosh. Katie, put your hand down.
The dog buzz right here.
Put your
Dog
hand down.
buzz right here.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Cancel cop wears black and still doesn't sweat, unlike Enshade.
Yeah.
Okay, these are designs. These are not natural sweats. Just throwing it out there. That's a
Why?
lie.
Are you a
That's a lie.
are you a panda bear? Are you a panda bear in Shady? You wanted
That's a lie.
designs on your fucking t-shirt. You want designs? Are you a panda bear? Are you a black panda bear?
I'm just a redneck.
I would say if
Wait,
it's
wait,
hot,
one
if it's
second. Who let Tanya in the room?
What?
Oh,
what? What?
Here?
Come on, man.
Oh, don't make
I'm
me
kidding. I'm
lazy.
kidding. I'm
Henry.
kidding.
Henry.
Henry.
I will
You know-
start talking like this, and nobody wants that.
No.
I'm
I
living
would say,
in
okay.
England right now,
Right.
and it's like god awful.
Where are you right now?
Apparently, you have never been to Mumbai, so you have
Oh.
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, it's like the 16th century here.
Where are
Yeah,
you-
I would
where are
say,
you
I would say
located?
if it's too hot, I would say it's too hot. You should be allowed to punch people.
In the
You
throat.
know,
In the throat. yeah.
and you know that should be a form of communication. You don't have to reply.
All I have is a fan. I've been here 18 years, and I have one fan, and I'm dying.
If you have one fan, you're definitely dying.
I'm used to air conditioning, and well, I haven't been for 18 years. I got divorced. I solved that problem. And now
Where are you
I thought,
located,
he
Tanya?
took my fans, motherfucker. Oh, sorry.
Where are you located, Tanya?
I am in Calne, Wiltshire, England.
Oh,
I am in the southwest by
What?
Bristol.
You just became the most interesting person in the world.
Yeah.
yes, I'm so
For real?
jealous.
The panel has Enshady, Serene, and the Cancel Cabinet, and you're the most interesting person.
Yeah, like I'm
I'm
upset.
originally from the St. Louis area
Oh,
where I grew up, but I was
Oh,
born
wow.
in Kentucky.
Oh my god.
Kentucky. How did
That's
you
where
end
my
up in
southern
England?
charm comes out.
How did you end up in England?
Married some British dude and divorced
Oh.
some British dude and
We call them blokes.
blokes.
Blokes. Come on.
Everybody at home, they always ask me if I've met the queen. I said, yeah, she lives next door, and I pet her corgis all the time. I throw them pills just to see how happy they get.
Get out. Are you serious?
I can meet the queen as well. I just go to the village.
Even I met the queen. It's called parents.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention my home place. Which, as you all know, it's Twitter. My home place is always hot, always fire hot. My home place, Twitter. Yeah.
Fire emojis everywhere.
Fire emojis everywhere. Just rage. Twitter is for rage, and that's why I was born in my home place, and I'm proud to be a Twitterian.
That's a thing.
Oh, that sounds good.
I was
A
born and
Twitterite.
brought up in Twitter.
A
Twitterite.
Twitterite.
That's better.
I think.
Cancel cop, like, can you cancel the sun for us yet before it gets hot?
Put down the gun.
Yeah, that's it.
My art
I
is
want to-
breathing.
Oh, me too. yeah.
That's the best art ever.
My art is doing one push-up.
Serene, you brought a good point. I want to cancel the sun. It's time the sun goes for a cancel, because honestly, who needs it? Like, obviously, the plants don't need it at all. Like, who needs plants now? And it's not like the planet is going to freeze to death. It's not like
Right.
it's not like the whole entire
Throw your
solar system is
gun,
gonna-
dude.
Is that a six-shooter?
Goes
Right.
Head of a Peasant Woman, described as a modest little painting by one of the world's most famous artists. That is, until another face appeared on the back of the canvas, the ghostly image of the artist himself.
This face with very brooding features, very recognizable, and he's wearing a hat. What a find. Yeah, it's quite amazing. I think we're all still reeling from the shock.
The self-portrait was covered in glue and cardboard for over 100 years and only discovered by chance when one of her experts took an X-ray.
Such a major discovery of an alternative composition happens once, twice in a conservator's lifetime.
Van Gogh, whose works like Sunflowers and Starry Night are among the most famous in the world, painted himself at least 35 times, now 36.
Are there more out there?
Well, I mean, possibly, yes.
A rare double-sided Van Gogh, making this modest little painting priceless.
There are 35 self-portraits
Right.
of Van Gogh that he painted. Isn't that the definition of a narcissist? I mean, I'm not going to paint that woman. I'm going to paint myself.
Comes to priceless, I think it's a matter of importance. Like it can be something like, you know, it is important to you, or just you can make it seem priceless. You know, it's like, oh my God, this is priceless, and just you have people just believing in it, and it just, you know, that can also be a thing, you know. So it's people. So it's a stroke of luck as well.
Tanya mentioned Banksy. Banksy is this mysterious artist, and he just paints little things there, and no one knows who he is. He might not even be a real person.
He painted on the side of this wall in Bristol, and they removed it.
Why? Was it horrible?
It was awesome. I wish I would have taken a picture of it, but they removed it, and I'm thinking, oh, you fascist bastard. I mean, I want it. Ask me if I want it.
You know how you say your dog ate your homework?
Oh.
My dog ate my painting. I painted this with watercolor. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, but is that a pizza slice? I think that's a pizza slice.
It's a picture of my cat.
I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
This part right here, it was actually eaten. My dog ate this part. So isn't that valuable now?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What makes something priceless for Sotheby's is that they determine, well, all these people want it, and there's not enough of it. There's only one.
Right.
When I used to collect comic books, I would notice that some of the price things that rose the price is the how much was available. If you buy one of Spider-Man, #1, first issue, that's valuable.
Yep.
If there's only 3 copies left, then the price triples. My mom hanged a picture of Jesus. I'm like, I get it.
Oh yeah, he's already hanging.
But he's already dead in the picture.
I'm not a fan of art, you know. I don't know what painting is for and all stuff. I don't enjoy it. The only art that I know is from Pornhub. Those are real art, man. It depends on Japanese art or, you know, European art, or well, I would say it's a beautiful nudity is art. You know, that's why in Titanic, you know, the girl was drawing, and the guy was drawing over the girl, and then something happened in the car, you know, like.
Right.
Art is seeing people suffer because of what wrongs they did 10 years ago. And I love doing that. I love digging up the past and canceling them. That's my job. But there's this idiot called Saharud. Who has a perfect, who actually loves his favorite version of art. His favorite version of art is something like this background.
That's art. That is art right there. I want to say #1, Saru has great taste in art. Really. Well, I think it's like what determines art to be priceless. I think a lot of it is name recognition, right? So I always think like, so Van Gogh has a painting, right? If you put another name on it, like let's say you put in Shady, right? You just change the name out, right? Is it worth the same price now?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Like I look at now, so Paris Hilton's into like NFTs now, right? It's like art now, right?
Right.
And she's selling NFTs for like $11,000 and $20,000. And people are buying it though. So I think it's like, to me, I look at like, okay, well, she's a name recognition though. If I made an NFT, there's no way I'm selling it for $20,000 though.
What's art to me? People. Because you know, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own personality. I am a weird, backward ass country.
So, Tanya, are you talking about new models? Are you talking about new models? Is that the type of like art you're into then? Like, you know, like
well, it could be. I just people in general.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I'm a people person, and I love people. It's just their personality, their taste in clothes. It's art. Their their lives. It's art. Everything is art. Banksy, though, I love Banksy.
Very fascinating
But-
answer. I swear to God.
But I don't see anybody putting my name and face on it. Y'all know it needs to go on somewhere. That's why I drew my picture. This is art.
Wait, that's you?
That is good. Put it on the refrigerator.
Whoa.
Wait, that is
The
you?
refrigerator.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
That painting belongs in Louvre. Louvre, Paris.
The Louvre,
Yes.
the Louvre. Yes.
I pronounce it however I want
Y'all
to.
ought to see my cowboy and my horse. It just it's just a stick figure.
Priceless.
But yeah,
Priceless,
I think people are,
All people?
yeah.
Don't ruin this, Henry.
I've met a lot of people, and I'm looking at.
I've met
I
a
don't like
ton.
that one. I don't like that art. I don't like that art. I went to the museum and said, no.
Well, that's the point of art, Henry. Not everyone
It's
gets
subjective.
it.
Art is subjective.
And imagine the one we're doing right now. So
What I would say here is NJD, you know, like you didn't know the art of flirting. That's why you didn't.
can we not bring that matter up again? That's not even my fault. Can we not do that again? I was not even addressing it. Okay, first of all, it's like going to a restaurant and saying, I don't want to have pizza, not because you don't like it, because you're not hungry. All right, it doesn't make me I hate pizzas. All right, doesn't mean I hate pizzas.
Definition of a bisexual is I'll have sex with you, I'll have sex with you, I'll have sex with you.
Anybody. Yeah.
Sometimes I find hard to trust bisexual because they have options in both the doors.
She came to your house, man.
I don't give a shit. I no. That's because I invited her. Like, you want to just come over and just watch a movie and just chill?
Talking about art, Van Gogh. Okay, Van Gogh. I think he's the original inventor of selfie. He did the first,
Oh, yeah.
He was so jealous of others not making a painting of him. He did a painting of himself, and then we
Right.
all made the selfie. So I think we should give a hats off to Mr. Van Gogh. over there. Yeah.
He actually died proving it.
There's
take a step.
Van Gogh, because I went to art school, he cut off his ear. That's how much he liked art.
Really?
He did.
I thought it was
Wow.
because he didn't want to hear his girlfriend.
Are you-
No, I'm just
wow,
kidding.
that's exactly what people do when they're next to me. So I get it.
This is how much I like art. But this actual, the picture that was discovered, they
Right.
said it's so special. What makes it priceless? Because it was before he cut off his ear.
Oh my god! Wow, he must be having a really conservative family. So or an
He
ex
must
or
have been having
shitty
a really crap day if he.
or a shitty girlfriend.
Where is Van Gogh's ear right now, though? Is it on display somewhere? Can we
That's
go-
what you're concerned about?
I want to go see it. I want to go see it.
I want an NFT of his ear.
Is it NFT for getting it? I'm getting it.
And I think this is art.
It is. Oh my god! Stop making me hungry.
Oh, Tony the
Jesus.
Tiger. What's the name of the tiger? Is it Tony the Tiger?
Tony the
Yeah.
Tiger. Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
I think art is an outdated thing, like art first, then comics, then to cartoons, then now, we have technologies that could do a lot of stuff with 3Ds and also art is more advanced now compared to the art those days. So whatever you do with paintings is not going to worth anything in the future because anything can just visual, we can do it in visual, like on Zoom or a lot of technology that can do arts now, so. Well, I would say, Disney, this is my message to Disney. Disney by itself, it's great, great art itself, But when it touches other movie franchise, everything's screwed up. Like Star Wars. Yeah, like Star Wars, Love and Thunder, it's screwed up.
They have this experience where you can now just experience Van Gogh as it comes to life in a digital format and you're immersed in it. I think that's the future of art. Also, I think broccoli is art.
Don't get me started.
If you go into a museum and you take in a painting, what the definition of art for an art gallery is you had a reaction. When energy,
yes.
he gets gassed.
People appreciate art when they're dead. I think the same is going to happen to this art as well.
I can speak for only one of the person in the frame. Just one.
Well, you can do this.
I would say, if I saw that art, I would say that if I'm in the gallery, I'm saying half of that is beautiful.
Exactly.
I don't want to know which half, all right?
Interestingly, narcissism and depression can hang out together. A lot of it is that insecurity and that emptiness. It's not unusual to see those two kind of hanging out together. People who are covert narcissists, they're a little bit like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. It's like, woe is me. No one understands me. How come the world is so unfair to me? And they seem so downtrodden that they look depressed. The covert or vulnerable narcissist. These are the woe is me narcissists. You know, if the world could see how great I am, I'd be one of the great ones, but nobody gets me because I'm ahead of my time. And so you'll often find them sort of at home huddled over their computer being like a troll or like coming up with their next big plan, but they almost have a failure to launch a lot of the time. They can often look depressed. They seem vulnerable because they almost feel like the world doesn't get them. They're hypersensitive to criticism but they lack empathy and they can be very entitled. Like, I deserve special treatment because, you know, the world doesn't know this, but I'm the best.
But all narcissists have low self-esteem, right?
Exactly.
That's why they're doing that.
Exactly. So the covert narcissists, they lead with that, but it looks like, it's almost like they feel like they have this sort of strange, I always say that the covert narcissist has this sort of weird pause. They'll say, yeah, I went to that college, but I guess nobody cares. The covert narcissists, though, ultimately will get to the point where they feel the world owes them something. The world owes me. And there'll be a real edge to them, you know, because they seem really sad. And you'll often try to help them and you'll wonder why they're so ungrateful. Well, that's why that can feel really uncomfortable. In all narcissism, we tend to see a lack of empathy, grandiosity, entitlement, superficiality, chronic seeking of validation outside of them, arrogance, and a real tendency towards rage, as well as a tendency to manipulate or exploit other people. Those you tend to see across the board to varying degrees.
She did say depression and narcissism can hang out together. I just want to tap into something called as, I would call it a pop-up mood swing and unwelcome moods. I'm a victim of this. I've told you this before. I feel that this is something which I suffer. So it's where when I have a great day or I have a great, great day or shitty day for no reason at all, I feel like, life doesn't matter. It just feels sulky. You feel like, killing yourself. You feel hopeless. So it's an unwelcomed hit on your self-esteem and your mindset, which makes it very hard to be positive and to not hard, very hard to have faith in positivity or have faith in that, because it just hits you back. And
if you realize in the moment, as it's happening to you, this is not going to last.
Right.
Know that there's a time period on it. That actually helps. It frees you a little bit to say, okay, this sucks right now, but it's not going to suck.
But that's the exact thing I don't want, or we don't want. If it is meant to pass, why exist at all? Because it's fucking up your efforts. It's fucking up your mood. It's fucking up your will to be smiling. It's just fucking up. It's just a phase. So I don't need that.
I suffer from depression, anxiety, PTSD. I was sexually abused when I was a child. So it will hit me all at once, like you. Things will hit me all at once. I'll start crying or I'll be upset, and I could be having a good time with everybody, hanging out, going out dancing and whatever. And it's unfair. And why me?
Yeah.
Why not them? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to ground myself all the time. And I meditate now, where before I used to laugh at people who did that. Now I laugh at myself for doing it.
Most of my mother's side family has narcissists, you know, still, but they don't know they have it, you know. They always want to win, you know, like any sort of argument, they are the smartest, they want to win. And then the way they win is to put you down, you know, like that's the way. And sometimes, you know, I because I grew up with them during my young age, so I harness a little bit of that, you know. Sometimes you guys, I think Henry Cruz and Ken Suko will feel a little bit from me. It's because it's a bit in my subconscious mind. But at least I know that I'm not narcissist because I'm aware I'm doing it, you know, like, hey, oh crap, I talked something that shouldn't be said, you know, like, yeah, then I'll pull it back, you know, or, you know, like things like that. But you feel it a little bit from me. But when I grew up with these people, narcissist people has no idea they're narcissists. Only we outsiders see them as, oh wow, you're doing this. Yeah, you're part of it. And then we stay away from it. They're very, very toxic, very, very toxic. It could, you know, it could manifest, you know. And the way I found it out through meditating as well, like spirituality, and also like knowing a few philosophy words like energy flows where attention goes. That's why, NJD, you have to take care of your mind because of this philosophy. Your mind is everything. What you think you become, you know. So, so look at me. This is what I become. Look at me now. Like,
you're lovely.
Yes, you are.
Why the fuck do you think I'm jealous?
I'm an empath, so I can feel everybody's feelings.
wow.
And Shada, this is the solution to
Aww.
I swear to God.
every mood swing that you have. The puppy will lick your face.
I swear to God, I'm literally, I'm gonna like lose it with jealousy. Just stop.
I think it's like, so for two things, I think it's self-awareness and self-control that kind of really help both of these things. So self-awareness is like knowing how you're being perceived in the world and knowing who you are and not letting anyone like kind of like deter you from that path, right? Because every single day people are going to try to kill your mood. Life is going to throw shit at you. How are you going to react to it is the biggest thing, though, because if you let these things kill your mood, it's going to be so hard, and the depression is going to keep growing and growing and growing, because like you don't have enough control to know, like, you know what, like this is what's the positivity in this situation? Yeah, this is bad, but what can I learn from this situation? How can I make sure it doesn't happen again?
Being present. So if something hits you like a mood swing, and you can actually just say, get out of here. That's the type of meditation.
I was like,
is a transcendental meditation where you actually sit with yourself and you have these thoughts that are negative thoughts. There's a way to gently just send it away. Go packing, you bad thought, you.
This idiot Sahrud over here, okay, I kidnapped him and I put him here. Sahrud thinks he is a narcissist too. Right. He was a narcissist long before, and he always used to think that he was a perfect narcissist. You know, the world doesn't get him. His jokes are too advanced for the audience he performs. He always used to have had that inhibitions that he is the best, and the world doesn't recognize that gem. What a foolish guy he is. I don't know if he is an empath, but one day he met, and this is a really good story. There's a really good quote that changed his life.
Go through Saru's DMs? Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going through Saru's DMs, and he has too much yellow in his DMs. Yeah, he loves the color yellow. Yellow color is his favorite color. What an idiot he is. He should be cancelled for that. Anyways, okay. So this girl says, when he says that he's a very narcissistic person, this girl says, well, I disagree. There's a fine line between narcissism and self-love. And we are just monkeys that jump between both sides. And that girl, that quote touched his heart so much. That changed his life. That was the day he found his girlfriend. That was the day he was, until that point, he was only attracted to that girl. But after that point, he loved
cancel the girl.
He loved that.
He loves other girl.
Yeah.
Did he throw poop at her? All monkeys throw poop.
Oh my God.
And I think I think that was the day. I think that was the day this Saharud became from narcissist to a simp that he became right now. He is a simp and he reduced in power. He reduced his power, which is like so bad. I mean, he could have stayed a narcissist. He could have stayed a narcissist, and we could have worked together. We could have cancelled. We could have been together. We could have been together.
When I hear self-love, I hear Pornhub.
I thought it's just touching yourself. So that's good. That is
what self-love is like taking a shower.
I mean,
give me an example of self-love.
Shakespeare.
I know an example of self-love. His name is Enshady.
I was about to say Shakespeare.
For self-love, for me, it's about being yourself. Like the moment we decide that once you're happy with what you are being, once you're happy with what you are yourself, that's self-love. So for me, the cancel cop, self-love is something when after I cancel people, after I get that promotion, I get all that joy after canceling people. The me time, when I meditate and focus my attention, to cancel my next target, that's self-love. But for this,
that you don't meditate.
That's not self-love. That's selfish.
That's what I have for dinner. Selfish. Cancel cop, or was it Sarut that told me? One of you told me that you don't meditate.
Saharud doesn't meditate. The cancel cop meditates. Saharud doesn't. Cancel cop meditates. Saharud is an idiot. Saharud is a fat old guy.
Fat old guy? You offend two people at the same time?
You're skating the question. What is one example of self-love?
Yeah.
So I think Saharud's definition of self-love would work. And self-love to him is, playing with his toys. He calls himself the toy god.
I'm glad you said toy and not toys.
That YouTube /
toy god, yeah.
What kind of toys? Is this sex toys?
Wow, that's really self-love, man.
Self-love, right?
Wait. If you have that much self-love with toys, why do you need a girlfriend?
True.
That's a question. That's a question Saharud needs to ask himself, right, Saharud? Yes.
Is that because you're in the doghouse all the time?
It's not technique. It's not even a question. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
The self-love stands next to narcissism, and they switch back and forth evenly. Is it an even switch back and forth?
There's a fine line. There's a thread, Henry. It's a thread. Okay, this side is narcissism. This side is self-love, and you got to be careful where you're landing. So if you're jumping, you got to be careful where you're landing. So you're a monkey who's switching on both sides. Sometimes it's narcissism. Sometimes it's self-love. Narcissism.
Monkey? That's cancelable offense.
We're all monkeys, Henry. We're all monkeys.
We have a primitive background. Come on.
Okay, now, let's make this about Enshady, because everything's about Enshady. So where does Enshady fit into that, Mr. Cancel Cop?
Enshady passes beyond he passes the limits of narcissism. This is self-love. This is narcissism. This is Enshady. It's beyond the box. You see, it's beyond my screen. It's beyond my screen. That's it.
Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
I agree with Enshade. I don't think he's like a supreme narcissist, because he does have empathy. Once in a while, he might apologize to somebody. I've heard stories.
But does he mean it?
To a few people, definitely not. To a few people, definitely not.
Self-love to me is knowing my worth. After achieving something I want to achieve, it's knowing my worth and knowing my friends are happy, and it just makes me happy. And I'm sorry, I'm probably one of the most boring people you'll ever meet.
No,
I'm happy all the time. I'm always laughing.
Serene said it really well. Get your mind in order.
Right.
Kevin said something similar, where if you can regulate your brain to say enough, stop, put the pause, or walk away, or have a solution to go from, flip the script on the negative mood swing, where you can say, when I'm starting to feel this, just as it's coming on, grab Tom and Jerry, or Ben and Jerry, or Pornhub. Get into something that just switch. The best advice I got from a therapist slash Jesus was change your environment. If you're in a funk, and just change it, go outside.
To the junk. Like, sorry.
Go for a walk, go for.
Yeah. So I do not talk to anybody, because I don't want to, because I feel that when you are in that phase, you're very sensitive, and you don't want to, people want to be supportive, but you don't want to say, something to piss them off, So I just don't want to, I just want to be away from people when I'm in that state. And I just go to my happy place and just do something which calms me down. That's it.
Where's your happy place?
It is actually a tea shop, which is not far away from my place, where I go there and sit and go and have some tea.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It just calms me down. Or I go for a walk and then have the tea. But I would go to a place and be around certain people, and then it helps me to calm down.
Now is your future. So whatever you are experiencing now is all your past thought and emotion. Right. So for example, NJD is feeling all this, like people don't like me and all this stuff, because your past thought and emotion has been there. Now it's manifesting now what you are.
Right.
So to go to your future, you need to focus on what you want in the future. Like for example, what I do is I always imagine myself speaking in Apollo stage all the time. Keep doing it until you feel the wholeness from inside, that you do not need the attention from the outer world anymore. It's like it's already done. Okay, what happened is your mind inside the brain cells will start growing some circuit. It start to connect, and it could, what you call this, harness the vibration and the frequency from the outer world. Somehow, somewhere, you're gonna get there, because it's already happened. Right? You have to make it. That's how manifestation works. To understand this truth, most of the things that going through your mind, you will stop it. You will never, I have seen people does this, he forget his key in the car. The minute he say tomorrow, when he found out that, he will say, lucky no one stole it. Oh, lucky no one stole it, right? That means, there you go. Soon someone will steal your things, right? So never say that things, like I forget, it doesn't matter. Whoever wants to take, go ahead.
Totally forget.
Yeah.
It's like when you manifest, you can write things down.
Right.
And then you tear it up and forget about it. And it all works in divine timing.
Like, know what's going to really help you. Like when you're in these situations, what's going to help you, because everyone's different, right? So if we heard like, and Shady goes for walks, right? Serene likes to manifest things. Saru likes to sleep, sleep on it, right? When he's angry, maybe he'll just sleep on the problem. So I think everyone has different ways of going about it and coping with it. And some people like to just talk things out with friends. So knowing your way of dealing with it, but also at the same time being self-aware and knowing that you have to learn how to control a lot of these emotions yourself, because if you do it, it's such a game changer. Because like when people give you advice or when they try to take you down, you can always like take it in, but then filter it out. And I think that's people that give me advice, I don't want to just say, oh, maybe you don't know anything, whatever, right? So I'm just gonna like filter it out. Like I always want to just sit on it, and then if I feel like it's like bullshit, then I'll just filter it out. If I feel like it's something useful, then I'll take it in. So I think knowing that filter and knowing how you cope with different issues is important.
So like I want to say that what Saru does about self he watches The Dark Knight. It's a brilliant movie. The Dark Knight, because it's about.
You've not seen Dark Knight either?
It is about self-destruction in a way, self-destruction, all of that narcissism stuff, and it's not about one character who goes through it. There are 3 characters in the movie that go through that self-destructive path: the Joker, Harvey Dent and Batman himself. So it's
True.
a representation of how one does with what
And
is
you can
given.
add, and you can add, there's actually a toy, The Dark Knight. You can also play with the toy as well. So it's not just the movie, you get to play with the toy and play with the Dark Knight. That's also there.
That was the weirdest
He
Say it whatever you want to get out. That's it, man.
Batman has really advanced gadgets, yeah.
Good fun.